Hello and welcome to week 2, day 2. You guys are going to be working on the second part of this process, which is planning out your speech. By now you've already created your circle map with all your information on it, all your facts on it. You've also created your flow map with all of your events, or we call those processes, all your processes in the order all the way through to the end. If you don't have your whole flow map, if you don't have your entire circle map, you need to finish day 1 of week 2. Once you have that done, now what you're going to do is you're going to take the information from these two thinking maps, and you're going to be combining them onto what we're calling the speech page. On the speech page, you're going to be, like I said, gathering your stuff. This is the page that you're going to hold in front of you as you're giving your speech on next week. You're going to be holding it in front of you and referring back to it as you give your speech, so you'll have points to talk on, and you won't get lost as you talk to the class and give your speech, and you'll be able to make sure you cover all of your information. So this is a really important part of the process. This is one of the final stages before you start getting ready to speak with your group. So make sure that you work on this really well. Here's how you do this. So you have your circle map first. You're going to take your circle map and you're going to take a look at that information. On the circle map, this is a list of all of your facts. So what you need to do is look at your facts in the circle map and start grouping them together. The first step for day 2, it says here, is to put the facts in a group. So put facts from the circle map into groups. Look at your first fact, whichever one on your circle map, just find one, and then call that fact, put an A next to it. Now look at other facts in the circle map too, and see which facts are related and connected in some way around the same general, about the same subject or the same area as that first fact. And then you're going to put an A with that too. All the facts that are related with the first A are going to be A's. When you're done with finding all the ones that are connected, then you go to the next fact that doesn't have a letter, and you make it letter B next to it. Now look at all the other facts and see what facts are related to that. All the ones that don't have a letter yet, look at them and see. If they're a B, put a B next to them. If they're not related with A or B, then once you're done with all the related facts for B, you'll put a C next to the next available fact and look at all the other facts too. So you're grouping these chunks of facts into separate spaces, because during your speech you're going to talk about each chunk separately. So first of all, on your circle map, go through and make sure that you've lettered A, B, C, all of your facts. You may have only A or B, a group A and a group B. You may have group A, B, C, and D. It just depends really on what type of facts you have and how many you have in each group. Make sure though that you have a good number, because this is going to be the bulk of your speech, and you want to make sure that you have enough information to share with your group or with your class, because you're going to be spending your speech is going to be 2 minutes long at least. So you want to make sure that you have plenty of facts to share with your group. Once you've gone through all your facts, you've grouped them in letters, you have groups A, B, C, maybe D, or maybe just A and B. The next step is you have to, now have to decide what group is going to go first. Are you going to do A first, B first, or C first? Sometimes it doesn't matter. Sometimes it does, because one chunk is going to help your group, your audience understand the others. So say, for example, if it's about a topic that not many people are familiar with, you may want to go into the history first, or you may want to go into the parts or something like that, so that they'll understand or have a better grasp of your topic overall before you go into different versions of it or the inventor or stuff like that. So just keep in mind, look at your groups and decide which one should be the best one first. Whichever one is first, you need a notebook paper as well. On whichever one is first, you're going to start working with those facts. So on your piece of notebook paper, you need to write down all of the facts in the first group. So look at, say for example, you have group A. So you chose group A was the best one for you, and what you do now is, on group A, you're going to write, on the top page, you write A. You can write group A or just A, and then you're going to put whatever your first fact was in group A, you're going to write a sentence for that first fact. Each fact needs to be a complete sentence. Once you're done with that, notice I didn't start my second sentence for group A after the first. I put it on the next line down. Each sentence needs to have its own line, so you can easily see where it begins. So all the facts you group together in the first group, a complete sentence for each. Once you're done with that first group, make sure that you skip a line here. Skip a line and then start with a second group. Group B or C, whichever one. And then just like you did for A, you're going to write a complete sentence with each fact. Go to the next fact in your list of that group. Go all the way down until all the facts in that group have complete sentences. And then you do the same thing with the third group. The last thing you need to do once you put all your facts and sentences in their groups, you need to go to your processes. And you need to put all your processes in the final group. You're going to call it Group D, or whatever is next, Group E maybe. And each process, each step in the process is going to be its own sentence. First sentence all the way down to the end of the process, explaining explaining how it works. So your entire speech will be set up as far as your facts and complete sentences in their groups, those groups in the right order. And then the final one is the steps in that process or the how-to. Have a good day.